So here's the deal. School's about to start. I had my schedule changed at work, which is why this is a little later than usual because I'm not rushing to get it finished so I can head out the door and get to work on time. So it's a little later than usual, but it's also much better quality than what I usually put up. Plus, once I start school, I'm gonna be there till like 5 o'clock in the afternoon anyways. So it's gonna be like nighttime by the time those start coming up. So you're just gonna have to get used to it not being up first thing in the morning, but it'll still be up on Monday. It'll just be night instead of morning/afternoon. Greetings and welcome to another edition of The Fan Perspective. I'm your host Nathan Lyle here with another exciting edition of WNBA Weekly. Here's what happened over the weekend. The Lynx, they've had it tough lately. After a 10-game winning streak, they've now dropped 2 in a row, but still maintain that number 1 seed by a small margin. But don't feel bad for them because Tulsa and Connecticut have now dropped 3 in a row as they battled it out for that top draft pick. And also Atlanta, they've dropped 3 in a row, so after starting 10-1, the Dream have now gone 1-7. Phoenix now has a new head coach who has gotten his team to have a defensive mindset, and they are undefeated under his guidance, and that defense is showing up strong. And Sunday they set a WNBA record, 12 blocks in the first half of their game. And in that same game, Diana Taurasi became just the 6th player in WNBA history to score 6,000 career points, and she also became the fastest player ever to reach that mark, doing so in 291 games. And also, just Sunday in general was just a huge game for rookies. Britney Griner had a career-high 6 blocks, Ed had a career-high 32 points, Kelsey Bone had her second double-double of the season, Ed is the only other rookie to even have one. Skylar Diggins, she only turned the ball over 1 time. Only 1 turnover. That's amazing. And 2 of Washington's rookies hit buzzer beaters in the first half of that game. So after an exciting weekend of action, here are the current standings. So there's really not a lot of action. There's about 4 games being played this week. Half of them are being broadcast nationally. For the ones that aren't, as always, you can either check your local listings, see when it's being played on TV or radio, or you can get WNBA live access and you can catch every single game on your laptop or on any mobile device. On Tuesday, you've got Chicago at Los Angeles, a battle for the ages as Elena Delle Donne and the Sky head into Los Angeles to take on Candace Parker and the Sparks. This game will be broadcast on NBA TV at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. My preview for this game is that there are a lot of interesting individual matchups to watch here. Fowles versus Parker, Ed versus Necker. You've got plenty to pay attention to. They've played each other only once this year. The Sky won, but they played that game in Chicago, and at that time, the Sky were undefeated at home and the Sparks were winless on the road. And the Sparks are a much better team now than they were last month, and they have always played much better at home in their own stadium. So this game should be interesting. And on Wednesday, you've got 2 games. The first one, Atlanta at Connecticut. Atlanta is fighting to hold on to that 2nd seed as Angel McCoughtry and the Dream head into Connecticut to take on Tina Charles and the Sun. This game begins at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. My preview for this game is that both of these teams enter this game on a 3-game losing streak. The Dream have the better record, but most of that happened at the beginning of the season. And if you look at the games they've played since the All-Star break, the Sun have just performed better. Then again, the Dream have had some very tough matchups as well. So really, this could go either way. No, I don't really know. Nobody knows. Then you've got Indiana at Phoenix. The 3rd place teams in each conference square off as Tamika Catchings leads the Fever into Phoenix to take on Diana Taurasi and the Mercury. This game will be broadcast on NBA TV at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. My preview is that this should be a great defensive contest. The Mercury, they played fantastic defense over the weekend, but the Fever have played great defense for the past decade. I think this will be a good test for both of these teams. Then on Thursday, you've got Chicago at Seattle. Elena Delle Donne and the Sky head into Seattle to take on Tina Thompson and the Storm. This game begins at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. My preview is that the Storm have played great defense all year and have fought their way to some good wins. Seattle is a tough city to win in, but the way the Sky are playing, the numbers that Ed and Fouls are putting up, it's hard to choose against them. Well, that's it for today. Tune in on Friday for another all-new edition of WNBA Weekly, and until then, this has been The Fan Perspective. I'm your host, Nathan Lyle. Have a good Monday.